All right, so let's begin. All right, Birasa, so welcome to CIU's DBA orientation program. Basically, what we like to look into in this orientation is just really the overall information regarding what you'll need, our main platforms, different policies that are really important to know as you start into the program. And we also have Dr. Melissa Houston here today. So Melissa, if you want to.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you.
I'm good. I'm good. Where are you at?
I'm from Seattle, Washington.
Oh, you're okay. Cold and rainy place. Yes. You're
It's
only
not
a couple
like
hours from me. Yeah, I'm in Hawaii, so you're only a couple hours from me. But welcome. So I'm the Associate Dean of the Doctoral Studies program, and today we just kind of want to give you some tips, some pointers, some really great tools to kind of get you through this process. And you know, we kind of tell everybody it's up to how you want to go through this process. But you know, our terms are 6 weeks long. We have tutorials, we have an online library, we have a plethora of tools to get you through this. The one thing I do say is I tell students, if you have an idea in mind of a problem you want to solve, this is the best way to go through your classes, because every time you complete a course in a different subject matter, if you're constantly working on that same problem area, when you get down to the end of your courses, then you'll be ready to go and you'll already have your idea of what you want to do your research on. And that makes going through the dissertation process much, much faster.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll be looking at basically the now the everything that is more so of like the technical aspects that you'll need in order to successfully just manage the first weeks into the program, and obviously then consistently just go into your courses. Dr. Melissa is the expert on dissertation, and she helps all of our students to just complete their dissertation, but that is, you know, way into obviously the program as you are about to finish. So that's why she also brings all of these firsthand in terms of already planting the seed into the students of where maybe you want to focus on and whatnot. But so now the technological requirements. Birasa is obviously, because our programs are online, to have a laptop of your own, and then try to just, you know, have a reliable internet connection. This because obviously, so one, you'll be able to complete all of your assignments correctly, but also in terms of just having constant communication with your advisors and your faculty members. We will be providing you a set of 3 different credentials. So you'll be receiving your LearnCenter credentials, which is your course room and where you're going to be taking your class. Then the student portal, which is more so of an administrative portal where you'll be able to look at account information, details on your schedule, and some other items. And then finally, a credential to your institutional email or academic email, where all of the communication between the advisors, faculty, and other areas at CIU will take place between them and you. Obviously, sometimes it's a little confusing for some students to have an additional email. So there is there is a way in order to have everything that comes through your student email sent directly to your personal email, which we would be helping you how to set that up as the time comes, obviously. So part of also the importance of just logging into your email and activating all of your accounts is that you get access to different tools and resources that we give the students through the email. So you will actually get the option of downloading the Microsoft 365 package through the email, which will be sending out tutorials and different items that will help you understand where and when you can find everything. So don't worry about it. But basically, if you don't have Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, Excel, all of that already in your laptop, you can download it through your email for free. So that is one of the main benefits of obviously the email. And then, as I mentioned before, the two main platforms regarding student information that we use are the student portal and the Learn Center. The student portal is really the minor platform. You don't use it as much. As I mentioned, it's administrative. You can request your student ID card through the student portal. You can see some payment information, some grade information, and some account information. Oops. And then really the portal that you're going to be spending your 90% of your time at is a Learn Center, which is all of the courses will be pushed into the Learn Center. You will be able to have contact with the instructor and your peers through the Learn Center. You will also get the access to different tools such as the online libraries, such as Grammarly, the Turnitin SANDBOX, which is a plagiarism checker. You'll also get access to tutor.com, which is a tutoring service if you need any additional help with writing or just maybe developing a topic, etc. Which for tutor.com, it's also good that you know that we do have tutors outside of only having tutor.com available. So if you ever run into any issues, you can contact me and I will be helping you to connect with that additional source. And then, yes, this is the overview of all the tools. We also offer you access to all of the ebooks through the Learn Center, which I'm going to be showing you how to get to that in a moment once we jump into the actual physical tutorial of all of the tools. And then obviously you'll get all of the different contact information for all of the advising team. Andrea Varela, will be your direct academic advisor for the DBA program. So you will be receiving actually later on today your sets of credentials through my email. You will also be getting yes, you will also be getting all of the different items that I share here on the presentation through my email. So you can already start saving that conversation. And if you ever need anything, you'll find all of my contact information as well on my signature through the email. So you'll get access to me, whether that is through call, texting, or email, of course, and calling. So let's see. Obviously, as well, being online, we offer the students full access to our YouTube channel, which, just has a wide array of different tutorials regarding everything that we use and anything that might as well be useful. Also, part of the different stages that you'll be, just working with through your DBA program, you'll actually get an additional orientation once you are closer to starting your dissertation. And this is where also Dr. Houston will be present, as well as the GRC DRP advisor, Camilla Lopez. So you will also get an additional advisor once you get to that portion of your program. So you will always be very supported, that's for sure. And now the Turnitin SANDBOX is one of our important tools that we really like to stress its importance, to the students, because we are very sensible in terms of plagiarism. And plagiarism obviously needs to be avoided, but we provide the students with this tool in order for you to be able to check your own work before submission, to make sure that everything is properly cited, that you don't use or you don't copy paste complete or full portions of your written essays and whatnot. So this is basically an analyzer tool which you'll be able to upload your different documents, and then it'll give you a percentage of plagiarism per assignment, and you need to work with that if it's high. Our limit of plagiarism is a 20% plagiarism limit. Therefore, you do need to make sure that obviously you stay below those numbers in order to not have any red flags or any notifications. Sometimes students, if it's consistent, you might as well receive a notification email by your instructor, and depending on the case, you might as well get an F on your paper. And if it continues to show as just as a consistent issue, you can actually get a failing grade on your course as a whole. So it's just something to avoid. And we also provide resources in terms of the APA 7th edition tools. We actually have a presentation on the works that we will be sharing with the students soon. And we also have different tutors available already for that specifically. So you'll be able to revise if you have any questions. Now, the first course that you're going to be starting with as a DBA student is GRC 600, which is Doctoral Academic Study in Writing. You will be greeted on this course by Dr. Trekka Spraggins, which she's honestly great. She likes to be very dynamic. She likes to connect with the students a lot. So I think you'll be, greeted very well with this instructor. If you have any particular questions or any doubts, she will always be, responsive. And yeah, about the course really, and the general setup of all of our courses is that each of our terms is 6 weeks long. Therefore, obviously, you do need to come into this program very aware of your time and trying to have everything scheduled, everything very organized so that you don't lose track per week on your progress and on the different assignments and the different deadlines that you need to make sure you're turning in. And then it's asynchronous, meaning that you do have weekly due dates, but that doesn't mean that you need to complete them on the day of the deadline. You can always turn them in beforehand. We obviously don't advise students to be turning in late work because for the discussion questions, there's actually penalties. And for the papers, normally the instructors will be a little bit more flexible with the deadline. But obviously, if you're surpassing the week of turning your paper in, you will get a penalty and a percentage, just lowering your percentage of the full grade. I will be sending you, as part of the package that you'll receive, we'll be sending you the specific policies on each of these items. So late work, also response times by the instructors and whatnot. So you'll be able to revise that content. Now, in terms of the due dates, you normally get 2 due dates, apart from the first week, which you will also have a due date on Monday, which is basically just completing your introduction to the class. So it's very simple. You just need to, and then Wednesdays and Sundays are normally the 2 deadlines that you'll receive for your turn-ins throughout the week. All right, let's see. Now, in terms of the textbooks, it's just something that we like to stress and have everyone know is that students will get limited access to their virtual textbooks per term. Therefore, if you go into a different class and you need a textbook from 2 classes ago, you won't get access to that. Therefore, we do encourage students to just take thorough notes and try to keep track of your work progress. Keep your personal file where you get all of your notes and all of that organized. And then you will get access to your past courses, but obviously, so because the textbooks are limited and some information will be locked as you go per term, it's just a much better strategy that you have your own personal file, just keeping track of each term and all of your turn-ins. And then let's see. Obviously, you get access to your textbooks through the LearnCenter. These are included on your fees. You will only be able to use VitalSource, so we don't provide PDFs or any sort of that type of document file or type. to students. So you actually get VitalSource is an app. So if you download the app of VitalSource into your computer and phone, you can use these without internet connection. So it's really like having a PDF, but you just need to go in and log through the application. So you will be getting also an overview of where to find the application once we go into the Learn Center. Now, some additional platforms that you will be exposed to as you go throughout, your course are the McGraw-Hill platforms, and we have 3 types of platforms that we use. These are Alex, Simna, and Connect, and basically these are just different setups for your assignments that will allow you to go back and see your course progress a lot more automatically. So you won't be having to wait for the instructor to grade you. You will simply complete a quiz, an assignment, or reading, and then you'll get feedback automatically by the platform. So you will most probably be getting exposure to these platforms once you get your different finance focused and math focused courses, but yeah, we just like to introduce the students to the idea that they will be accessing these platforms as well. And now attendance. So going into our policies, one of our main policies is attendance, and it's very important for students to know that CIU counts as attendance when students are actively engaging with their coursework and all of the different assignments. So submitting a quiz, submitting your assignments, submitting your discussion questions, and participating with other peers within the class. But attendance is not just logging into your course. So if you log in, that will not be counted as attendance. You need to actively work on the course for you to basically get attendance. And then using a student resource, so using Grammarly or the Turnitin SANDBOX or tutor.com, that will not count as attendance. You need to be making sure that you're completing all of the items throughout the course in order to get attendance. And this is very important because students who fail to attend for 14 consecutive days can be eligible for withdrawal. So if you spend 14 days without logging in, without turning in anything, you can be withdrawn. So obviously this is also a just a policy that is very strict, because obviously having each of the classes be 6 weeks long, because this is an intensive program, you cannot miss 2 weeks without seeing a consequence obviously impacting your grade greatly. So it's better for you to just keep up with attendance. And either way, if we see that you're reaching a 5th or 6th day without attending, we'll check in with you and we'll be like, hey, what's going on? Please communicate with us if you have any issues or anything we can help you with, and we will provide you with options then. So just so that we will be making sure that you're progressing correctly, and if you need anything, we will try to attend you, of course. So now we are going to go ahead and jump into the Learn Center. As part of the different items that I'm going to be sharing with you is the academic catalog, which is everything CIU, everything that you need to know, every policy, every different item on there is written on the academic catalog. So I will be making sure that you receive that file as well. Let's see. Now, to go into the Learn Center, I'm just going to use the main site of CIU so that you get just a view of how to access your Learn Center once you receive your credentials. On your credentials, really, you will be getting a direct link, but if you ever have any issues, maybe using a different computer or maybe even going through your phone or something, you can always have this method as well to go into the Learn Center. So as you go into the main site of CIU, you will see that you have a tab there that says Students, and you can just go into the Learn Center, which is the second option here, and you will be redirected to the main credential item. I'm going to be logging in actually as a student. Let me. Oh, okay, I think I don't have. All right, well, and basically on. Oh, sorry. on the homepage, this is the view of the homepage of the Learn Center. You will be getting just the California time here. So if you have any issues with, Pacific Standard Time, you will be able to look at this initial watch, which is very important because you will be graded and your deadlines are on Pacific Standard Time. So you will always get Wednesdays and Sundays by 11:59 p.m. PST in order to make the deadlines correctly. So you will get the sidebar, which you'll be looking at your courses on each of the sites per term. And then also you get the top bar, which you will also be able to look into your courses through the top bar and then all of the different platforms and resources on the top. So first, we're going to start with the resources. So you'll be getting a link to the student email, which you're going to be receiving your credentials, to the student portal. And then the Student Resource Center is where you can find everything regarding the tools for you as a student. And normally what I advise the students to do is as they click on the Student Resource Center, you'll actually get something like enroll me into the Students Resource Center. So you'll have to make sure that you're enrolling yourself. It's a self-enrollment platform. So self-enroll, and then you will get access to all of the different items. And it's just a better way to actually access everything is just click on important resources. You're going to get 4 different files. Important resources is basically everything that you need to know and you need to have. So under here, you'll find the different things that we offer you. So documents and forms, student support services, all of our contact information is here as well, some useful tools. And regarding writing, you'll get all of the different templates, referencing tools. You will also get different guides on APA citation, and writing and punctuation and everything that is really relevant, on the DBA level, and then some additional resources for investigation as well as for just student personal support. So first off, you'll get all of the different contact information. So you'll see that we actually have a division per advisor. So Andrea Garza is working with all of the undergraduate students. So you can always contact all of us and they'll redirect you to really the correct person that you need to be talking with. But you can always feel free to, if you don't find someone at the right time, or if you're not getting a quick response from someone, you can always contact them and they'll help you out anyway. So we have Alejandra, who is directly working with MBA students, myself, which I'm the manager of student affairs, but I work directly with doctoral students. And then Camila Lopez, which I mentioned before, she will be your doctoral research advisor. So on the finishing portion of your program. And then we also have Claudia Milafilo, who is more so of a supporting advisor, which helps students on academic warnings and academic, just on compromised situations where students need a little bit more help, to go through their programs. So she's also available. And then for all of the different important resources for documents and forms, we have the student's handbook, we have the academic catalog, CIU course catalog, we have the academic calendar, which I'll also be sending you, where you can look at the different breaks, the different, rest times and breaks in terms of right now for December and whatnot. So you'll always get the different dates on there. And then let's go through is the tutoring services. So as I was mentioning, tutor.com, which is basically a platform. I'm just going to go ahead and show you. You'll get redirected to a new site and you'll be able to choose the class that you're in at that moment. And basically you'll be able to connect with different tutors online at that moment, so that if you have any, particular questions or anything that you'd like to review about the class, you can always look into tutor.com for that. Each student gets 12 hours of tutoring for free per term. Therefore, it's really enough time if you have any minor questions. We do advise the students obviously to go to the instructor directly if they have any big questions or any concerns that you need to address. It's much better to just go with the instructor. But you'll see that you'll be able to choose a topic or class. So for example, GRC 600, which is your initial course, and then you'll get a subject matter, and then you'll be able to enter your particular question. And as you click on Connect Now, you'll see a list of different tutors that are available to you 24/7. So it doesn't matter where you're at, really, you can get access to the tutoring services. This is a 24/7 online platform. So, you know, depending on your time zone or your availability, you can always look into it. Now, under useful tools, you'll see Vital Source, which is where we have all of our different ebooks for each of the classes. The Microsoft Office, which really I advise students to just go directly into their student email to look at Microsoft Office. But I'll be sending you a tutorial for that as well. And then we have the Student Turnitin SANDBOX, which is a plagiarism checker. And basically the SANDBOX looks something like this, which is basically how all of your submission boxes for weekly assignments will look like. So you will be able to view your submissions, and you'll be able to edit the submission and remove the submission per week, so that you can just go ahead and, you know, upload a new one depending on the week that you're in. So for example, once you've uploaded a new document, you will be looking at the link and your title of that particular assignment, and below you'll get a percentage of the plagiarism that you've committed or that you need to check. Sometimes instructors will give you templates that you need to use, or that, for example, different forms or formats of like maybe a Venn diagram or something like that. So sometimes it'll actually mark you a higher plagiarism percentage because of the use of the template, because everyone is using that same template. Obviously, it'll you know, appear as plagiarized, but don't worry, the instructors are obviously aware of that. You just need to make sure that the actual content that you're putting into the form is not plagiarized and just well cited. If you click on the percentage here, you will actually get redirected to a very specific report, where you'll be able to see all the content, where you got the content from, etc. So it's great. It's a really great tool, because it gives you the chance to go back. Oh, that's right, I copied this from this you know, site. I just need to make sure that I cite it, etc. So you'll be getting like the different excerpts and where you got them from on the side. So yeah, it just, and this is why it throws you a overall similarity percentage. Obviously, so on this form, it's because it's half of these are the instructions on the template. So that's why it gives you such a high percentage. Let me see. Then you have the online library, which is basically the Learn. You'll get like different options. It's just the top option, the one that you need to click once you are making your research. And then you'll open a new window, and you'll get access to this, which is basically a database for different items of research, and you can look into them. You will actually be asked to look into the LearnCenter by your instructors as you are just making a selection of the different items and different, you know, specific topics that you want to dive into. So just make sure that you're, you know, sort of following that process. And either way, sometimes you will be asked to follow like a different or a particular database. So you'll be able to also search the database here directly with whatever the instructor told you, you know, mentioned, and you will be able to go into that particular platform. Normally for GRC and DRP, or the dissertation process, you will be asked to go into investigating dissertations. So you will be able to scroll all the way down on this online library, and you'll see that here where it says visual and performing arts, you'll actually get the ProQuest Central ProQuest Dissertations and Thesis Global, and Research Library. But yes, these two are normally the best options for dissertation research. So you can start looking into this as well whenever you're, pushed to do so throughout your courses. Now going back. Now, in terms of your course, as I mentioned before on the sidebar, you will be getting access to your course. So under My Courses, you'll see that you get GRC 600. As I mentioned, it's your first class, and the layout will look something like this for each of the terms. And you'll get all of the different weeks on your sidebar, as well as on the main page of the course, so something like this. And we obviously advise the students to just start here on the Start Here folder, because that's where you'll get access to having your instructor's contact information. You'll get access as well to different communication that the instructor lays out to all students regarding the grading, just, the welcome message, and that sort of dynamic. You will also get access to your different textbooks. So you will see your textbooks shown as a green puzzle piece, and you will get the links to your textbooks that will look something like this using VitalSource. Let's see. And you'll have each of your books in this sort of format. So yeah, you'll get access to all of the different chapters on the side, and basically you'll just be using that content consistently for your class. So let's go back. As I mentioned before, you'll get access to different forums, course announcements, and you'll also get access to your course syllabus, which is very important because everything regarding grading and the expectations that are set out for your course will be laid out there. So it's very important that you take a look at it before beginning. Now, each of the weeks are laid out pretty much the same in terms of you will be getting like an overview of what you're going to be looking at that week, and then you're going to be getting the different tasks, and this is just a checklist that will actually help you stay accountable with what you've done, with what you need to complete still, and you can check it out yourself. This doesn't really affect you or your progress on the course. It's just a tool, and then that is really sort of the checklist, and then below you'll get all of the different activities that are the actual links to the activities that you'll see up here. So for example, the first thing that you'll need to complete by Monday as you begin your course is your Introduce Yourself. And you'll see the link under week 1's activities. So introduce yourself, you'll be able to look at the discussion post, just obviously read the instructions and just make sure that you're also following the word count for each of the items that you post, and just add a new discussion. It's very simple to manage. It's kind of like using Facebook in a sense for the discussion post, and you'll just need to submit it. So it's that kind of dynamic. And then for let's see, yeah, you'll get the first quiz throughout week 1 is actually just going to be a syllabus quiz. So you just need to make sure that you're reviewing those materials. And then you'll get the week 1's assignment, which is where it changes a little bit, because this is where you'll be uploading your document into the platform. So basically you'll be given all of the different instructions. If you have any concerns, you can connect with your instructor. And then you'll be able to submit a document by you'll see that you get like a little rubric, which this is something that the instructor fills out for you once she has graded your paper, and you'll see different items highlighted as you complete the different assignments. But you'll be able to add a submission, and you'll get a box here. Well, right now it's not showing, but let me see. Yeah, for week 1, we don't actually get the uploading box, but let me see if I can go into week 6. And I'll show you how it looks for assignments. All right, yeah, so once you've submitted a document to upload, you'll see that this actually changes to green and it'll say submitted for grading, but basically the process of submitting your document will look something like edit or add submission. And you will be able to just go into your files, oops, sorry. Go into your files and then you'll be able to, oh, what? It's not letting me. Give me a second. It's not letting me upload another document. This is a demo course, so sometimes it runs into different issues because it's something that it's not really graded by the instructors. So let me go ahead and go back. I've removed the submissions. So yeah, basically once you edit on submission, you will be actually greeted by, it's normally a blue arrow that you get to click and you'll get to upload a document, but if not, you'll get like the little paper folded paper, and you can add a document through there as well. You'll be able to choose your file and just go into your desktop or actual computer in order to submit your documents. I'm just going to submit a random document of mine for the purpose of the tutorial. So upload the file. And you just need to make sure that as you complete the upload to save the changes so that it's actually submitted correctly. Once you do that, you'll see that your name appears on green, and that really sort of just lets you know that you have submitted correctly your assignment. Either way, in the beginning, if you're not too sure or if you want us to double check for you, you can always send me an email and let me know, like, hey, I've uploaded my assignment. Can you please let me know if everything's good? And then we'll take a look at the platform and let you know if the submission is showing correctly. To end the tutorial, I just want to let you know that we normally advise the students to work on everything, not only on their assignments, but also their discussion questions and the direct posts that they will complete on the other post on a Word document first, because that way you'll be able to check it through Grammarly, which is also a tool that we offer the students. So you'll actually be getting an invitation to premium Grammarly to download it into your computer, so that you get access to that. It's a grammar checker. It's honestly a great tool, not only for school, but for business and professional items. And then you just make sure that you're saving your progress throughout the weeks, because the platform, the discussion questions, which are the ones that look kind of like a Facebook-ish post, normally, if you perhaps start working on it directly on the course and you stand up to get some coffee, these platforms are normally refreshing themselves and they don't save work. So it's better for you to work on everything on a Word document so that you don't find yourself losing your progress. So that's basically the main tip I can give you right now, and just to keep consistent communication with both myself and the instructor on your different courses. And I think it's just a matter of organizing your time, but it's honestly very doable. Melissa, I don't know if you have any additional items to finish off.
I will say.
Oh, you are on mute. You're on mute.
It says I'm not on mute.
There. Nope. Once again.
Not again. Click it again.
There.
We good?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. I would download Microsoft Teams app because this will be the one tool that you use to contact your instructors. You can download the Moodle app, and that's how you'll get to your learning management system. That's how you can get to your courses. And then you can download the Vital Source app, and that's how you get to the book. So that would be 3 apps that I would download before you start your classes. And then other than that, it's a lot of content, it's a lot of material, but a lot of this stuff will get emailed out to you, so don't stress. And she records all this, so you can kind of go back and review things. And you can always reach out to us if you have any kinds of accommodations or anything like that. You would contact Andrea and send that information to her. And again, we have tutorials for just about everything. So I don't think if there's something you don't know, you can either ask or you can find a video and it'll walk you through what to do.
Yes. So I'll actually be sending you this recording, Birsa. So once we complete the orientation, and as I mentioned before, you're going to be receiving like the layout of everything we saw. So I don't think you'll have much of an issue. And either way, your course will actually be available to you the weekend before starting. So you will get a little bit of time just to review the different content, the contact of your instructor. You can email us or just call me if you need any additional help before starting, and we'll make sure to help you out. Okay.
Okay.
Do you
Thank
have
you
any
so much. Thank you so much. Really, you inspire me. I was very carefully listening what you're saying, but there are too much sources, not too much information. I may get all of one things, but the one thing that I seriously take first an action is I think I must have a student email, different email. You said is
Yes.
any formality that how to create the email that has to, or the email that I put for my registration.
Yes, so you will actually be receiving those. So you will be getting, I will be sending out to you the email that you'll need to use. So you don't have to worry about anything. It's basically just accounts that we create for you to use. So
Okay.
don't worry about it. We'll be sending you that.
Okay. The other thing is Dr. Melissa is mentioning 3 things that I have to download. Those are vital resource.
Yeah.
And what are this Microsoft, you say?
Microsoft Teams. It is a part of the Microsoft package, but it is the actual app. And that is actually what we are using today to do this. So I always tell people that, make sure you have it downloaded on the desktop, but also have it downloaded on your tablet or your mobile device.
And I will be sending you, Verso, as well, where to find the downloads for each of the platforms. So I'll be sharing you the links in order to do those downloads. So don't worry.
Okay. In addition to this, hopefully, if after I start the class, especially the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe just introducing how to. I may have face a problem on how to log in, how to get everything. Once I got everything, the way how to address everything, that may be difficulty. Just what I'm thinking, because
don't worry, because you're gonna get, as I mentioned, you're gonna get different videos that will show you how to complete it. But if you have any questions in the moment of like, how do I do this, or how to whatever, you can actually, once you email me, I will be creating something like this, so a call for us to connect, and I can do the different things with you on the call, so we can just go through the process. Okay.
Yeah, okay, just great. Thank you so much. That's really what I'm thinking, that for the first weeks, I will be focused on how to navigate everything, the way how to upload my assignment. That's really, so you will help me. You will help me, hopefully.
For sure, yeah, for sure, Virsa. Thank you so much for joining. And if you have no additional questions, we'll be ending.
I have one more question, if possible.
For sure.
Is that a login and then is there any virtual waiting area, or just we focus on the content that are given, and we focus on the courses, and then focus on the deadline for the assignment submission?
Yes, so normally you will get an announcement or just the instructions where a teacher will ask you to read different chapters, different content, and then you'll be able to focus on the deadlines, of course. But normally it's you completing the content and then just submitting the documents.
The reason why I ask is I have an experience with one company when I'm taking short-term course. There are two options. One option is we log in the morning, we make in synchronous, and then we make all the day asynchronous, and we will meet together at the end. Then just we briefing each other. The other way is just they they release all courses contents, then we read it, we follow the instructions, and then we submit the assignment and syllabus, quizzes, everything. And then
so every week that you're in, that week will be open to you, and you can see that week of content. So when that week starts at 12:01 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, then that'll open up and you can see everything you need to do for that week, whether it's logging in and doing your first posting by Wednesday, and then posting to 2 other students, or if it is submitting an online submission, which is going to be due by Sunday night at 11:59 Pacific Standard Time. So and then when that week closes, then the next week will open. So that's it. There really isn't any content that is synchronous, other than if you have a meeting or something with, if you have a team project or you have a meeting with your instructor. Everything else is asynchronous.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. So I was so happy. I was so excited. Hopefully.
Thank you, Versa. And once again, if you need anything, just let us know. And yeah, I will be shortly sending you all the documents and this video as well. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Welcome aboard.
Okay. Have a good day. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.